Hi guys, welcome back to another breakdown for 86. Before we get going, I have important news in case you are not aware. This is of course 86 episode 6 of season 2 or part 2. There is now gonna be a 2-week gap. Yes, you heard me. There is a 2-week gap after that goddamn cliffhanger for episode 7. We have 2 weeks now before we can actually see episode 7 and get some clarification. The ending of this episode. They chose the best, almost the worst place to leave us on a cliffhanger for a few weeks. I believe it is down to the presidential elections going on. That's also why Demon Slayer episode was also delayed. The elections, so a lot of their footage right now and coverage is down to the elections, which is rightly so. But, you've picked a very bad time and a bad episode to leave me now hanging for 2 weeks. It was bad enough waiting a week for this episode. But hello guys, I am Clockwork down to Noodles. I am back. Make sure you are subscribed. Guess what goes out tomorrow? My midway review. I have scheduled it. I finally sat down and spent the entire day making it. Gave myself a headache in the process. But I am ready to show you what my top 3 OPs, EDs and anime standings so far during the season is. I'm excited to see what you guys think. I'm also nervous to see what you guys think. Be gentle with me, guys. There is a Discord channel too for you to get notifications whenever videos go up on my channel. That will allow you to keep track of when things go up. And if you are gonna accidentally forget when the next 86 episode does go up, you can definitely use that as a reminder when it finally airs. What an open, what a close, man, what a close. This episode really did know what it was doing. They must have theorized that it would clash with the presidential elections. I think they did this on purpose to have more impact, and it really worked. It's one hell of an open. Back to the goodness, back to that transition goodness, back to the front lines, and seeing Vladilena and San Magnolia in a very, very bad place. It wasn't just 85 district that got invaded. The heart of San Magnolia itself. I do like the transition of Vladilena's hand swiping down, and then we get the explosion on the bridge, which I can happily believe is her ordering someone to combat it. Adore the music. The music this week is absolutely fantastic. But the Legion are here. It's too late to regret not listening. It's too late to regret not even looking anymore. This is lights out for poor San Magnolia. I do like the fact that we get a brief hint at seeing Vladilena and crew organising the military, doing what they can in the last moment. It's really sad. It's sad because now I believe these guys are dead, and this is almost a mirror again of what happened in part 1. There's a moment I want to give it a huge clap. We'll do it when we get there. This anime pulled one out on me halfway through the episode, and I need to explain it. I need to talk to someone about what it did, and I'll explain. The Legion are now at San Magnolia. They're in the heart. This is going to be the fall of a nation which was built upon blood and sacrifice. As we see, a lot of the general vibes throughout the entire episode is they get what they deserve. It really feels like the Joker line here. You get what you deserve. You get it with the scene with Shin and the 86 in his head. It's just a very sad wake-up call to all the people who were living there, and they only had the propaganda that was fed to them. Now suddenly getting a rude wake-up call to realise that everything you ever were told, everything you were led to believe, was nothing but lies. It's too late. There's no chance. It's it. This is the moment. The enemy is in your face, shooting you point blank. That is all we're going to get for San Magnolia until the end. I'm sad that we're not spending a great deal of time in San Magnolia. We still don't get to understand any of the people that Vladilena is with. I do hope, and I think it's a very loose hope, that we will get at some point that flip-flop where we get to see everything from Vladilena's side, and we get to see what the last moments for her were like and who the people on her team are, because we have no understanding who they are. We know Henrietta is there, but that is really all we know. We don't know anything else. What happened to her uncle? I'm presuming he's dead because it looks pretty bad at the end, and I even think the 86 she was really close to, the new commander, we might actually see her dead. I think we see a 86 with red hair dead laying in the streets at the end. So many questions, and I've got 2 weeks to get any form of answers. Let's talk about the big twist for last week's episode at the end was Kiri. Kiri bringing the fight to Shin, or not quite. And I do wonder, I do hope, I've got my friend Tanya out there. I hope this is what you meant by I was wrong with something. I really hope this is it, because I was really panicking that I'd got something horrifically wrong. Last week I believe that Kiri was there. Kiri was there for Shin. He isn't. He's not exactly there. And we're gonna hear the whole, oh my railgun. Railguns. There's a lot of railguns in these things. Kiri wasn't really giving Shin any real chance here. Shin has to do what he's got to do. It's just scary. It's scary hearing the amount of numbers by this new toy, the railgun. The Legion have a new toy, and I believe that's what Kiri is in. So Kiri's machine is the railgun. So much for ending the war in 2 years. The Legion literally turned around and brought an even bigger war to them. Kiri actually isn't there. So this is the correction. Kiri wasn't actually there. He wasn't there for Shin. He just connected to him and gave him like the death stare from a very far distance because he's with the railgun, which has got an extreme range on it. We do get to see the heads of the other countries. I know there was a bit of talk in the comments below about other countries and how the world actually is. A few people were commenting just about it in general. We do see a few of the heads of the countries, mainly free nations that are teaming up with the Federal Republic. The Legion essentially are cutting them all up, and we get to see a big map this week. Hopefully this big map helps you guys. You've got all of these republics and nations all dotted around the edges, and just imagine the center being occupied by these machines, these legions. They are in the middle. Everyone is being cut off. They've got jamming devices. That's also explaining why some people couldn't get in contact with other people. It's why it's very difficult to move things through this no man's land. Building trust with these free nations that we do actually have connections with. So the new machine, Kiri's machine, I believe it's Kiri's machine, Morpho. We're calling it the Morpho. It is a train-based weapon. Think about it, train-based. This anime, what it has done, the most successful, is it has hidden one of the key spoilers right in front of your faces from day one. The iconic train tracks that we have seen over and over, they were beautiful backgrounds, beautiful backdrops. I think at the end of season 1's ED, there was this bit on the train tracks. We even see the train tracks in the OP. This explains pretty much everything, and I think it feels like a key word. It feels like a real good key word, train track. Also is on the maps that everything is internet connected by these train tracks and how we've now got this Morpho going around on train tracks. It also explains how it travels around so quickly as well. But we have yet another deadline of 8 weeks before everybody's getting wiped out. They'll be joining San Magnolia in heaven or hell or wherever they're going to end up going. The free nations have to work together. The idea is taking the fight to him, wherever he may end up being. Hopefully the map as well, we get to see the map quite a bit. It helps world building. It really helps world building. The train tracks really are just key. This anime, man, this anime gets proper mega kudos and respect. Having it there, this is a Chekhov's gun, isn't it, guys? This has to be what the meaning of Chekhov's gun is. You show it and then you use it. At some point, those train tracks are gonna be used. Chekhov's gun. This anime, oh my god, I'm sorry. Just me realizing, even while talking to you guys, how clever this anime really actually is. It's Chekhov's gun. They are using the train tracks finally. It's not just a really nice visual, a nice bit of symbology. It's amazing. The Hiroyuki Sawano scored during this meeting, making for one of the best soundtracks to a meeting ever. We now need a unit who is most likely going to die, but who will also succeed, which is sad because you know who they're going to pick. Sad backstory to the 86 unit, the only ones who made it out of their sad, horrific past. Well, it's made them the perfect Legion killing machine unit. Last week's loophole also gets explained, so I am happy they did this. Frederica randomly appearing, I sinned her for suddenly appearing on the battlefield. Well, actually, no. Shin is losing his awareness, and we also get a nice elaboration on this even further in the episode. The episode simply replicated this. He was so out of it, he didn't notice her trying to synchronize. He didn't notice the Legion. We, the viewer, were treated to more a Shin's point of view. That's why as well, he seemed very disconnected in the very cleverly picked composition where he's not even visible when Frederica's talking to him. Again, mirroring to season 1, slowly emptying cafeteria as people go out and die, worrying, wondering if Ladalina's okay, and the reaction with Shin, it's more a lack of reaction, but this itself could be telling. Is it bothering him? Maybe. I mean, we do get perhaps the saddest moment in the entire episode when he says goodbye. Whether he knows that she's off to die or whether he knows she's died at that point, that's painful. The Shin grimace is also explained as well. A lot of explanation this week. I think this is what Tanya must have meant. Everything gets explained this week. Eugene's sister, the letter wasn't from Frederica. It was from Eugene's sister. And it was not a nice letter to receive whatsoever. She blames him for killing her brother. So I want to know how she knew that, or was she just kind of presuming that the 86, because they seem to believe they're monsters, just killed Eugene instead of he died in battle. She found out that he was responsible for ending Eugene. Everything is getting to Shin. Everything is becoming a blur. Where this is the moment I think I nearly cried. I think I was on the verge of crying, is the I won't forget Shin hears Vladilina's voice, and the scene later got me. This bit was almost getting me. The bit later gets me. Shin hearing Vladilina's voice, which actually silences the noise in his head. It suddenly all becomes clear because he can hear her voice. Where I did put underneath, does he think she's dead? Is it just simply a nice memory of the last words that she promised, as she said, as they were leaving, I won't forget? I think it might be a bit of both here. So, wow, talk about trauma. Why did you pick that name? The Spearhead unit is back. They are on their special assignment. Oh, this is a painful scene as well. This is a real painful scene. And also, Shin's reaction when he's told, forget the Republic. San Magnolia is sadly doomed to its own fate, a fate that it decided long ago, being its own sitting duck. They are doomed to fall alone. There will be no one there watching. It doesn't matter what's going on up there. Ignore it, that's not part of the plan. The camera of Shin upside down, the perspective being skewed, showing you how twisted and sad reality really is. It's the scene as well, the scene that overlay, we have the present overlaying with Shin's memories and the ghosts of the past, essentially. The unit is being sent forward because, well, they have no family, they are 86, they're different. And again, the 86 being pushed forward to do the dirty work. Overlapping with the ghosts of the 86 talking about the current situation, about the scene that's playing out. I feel bad for the major or the female officer that's in charge of them, because you can definitely see she's really trying her hardest to say something, try and reason, try and do anything, and try and just refute the fact that you shouldn't be thinking about these guys as just 86. She reminds me a lot of Vladilina in that as well. There's the line that we hear, the Republic voices are in our heads. Shin can hear the voices of the Republic. He can hear them dying. He can hear them getting massacred by the Legion. San Magnolia get what they deserve. Kind of can't blame the 86 for thinking that way. It's very sad because I feel bad because I care about Vladilina. Obviously, I care about what happens to her. But it's just a very sad fate because it was going to end up like this. It felt inevitable. There was no way San Magnolia was going to get good karma because they've only built upon lies and blood. Shin's line where he said he's left behind again. This is the scene that broke me. This is officially the scene that broke me. I had to take a moment because it got very heavy. The scene that really broke me, and I really want to believe, and I don't, if you know that this isn't the case or something, I don't want you to tell me. This is my belief. I want to believe that Shin is actually speaking to Vladilina at this moment in time. And I don't care if you know if it's not the case. I don't want to hear it. This is my dream and this is what I'm going to have. This is how it's going to be in my head for now. Horrible. It's sad because he says goodbye. Whether it's because he knows he's going to go die and he knows that she's now going to die and she's dying at that moment. A bit of both perhaps. It's so sad because I want to say that he did care. He did actually care more than he thought he did. But it's still just a sad goodbye. It's a horrible moment. So the unit once more is out there. They are doomed to die again. They're back into the roles where they've got zero chance of survival. But Shin does see the necessity behind it. As much as the general tries to tell him, you're not alone, please just quit. Once you're done, just quit. Shin only really sees this as pity. He says this is coming out of you seeing it as pity. He doesn't want to be anything like the Republic. He doesn't want to turn away. He doesn't want to close his eyes and be just like them. We end on quite the scene where Shin the monster, hated by Eugene's sister, haunted by the killing of Eugene, haunted by his past, haunted by everything, the voices of his fallen comrades, all of those 400 plus people in his head. Shin is starting to lose touch of everything, and him blanking out and him having those moments where we have those scenes replaying over and over again, and then we get the voices of Vladilina. That's still the past, him being haunted by the past. He's starting to lose touch of the present, and it's sad because we're seeing him isolate, we're seeing him deteriorate into this, what it is now. And I think it is highlighting the idea of things like PTSD and post-traumatic stress caused by things like this. The line, I'm feeling lonely, it's so sad. The 86 have to do what the 86 can do. They want to do what they can do. Again, it's more mirroring from season 1 with the empty rooms, the lights being turned out. The credits are now different. We have initially Headless Shin, the blue around him, turning into Shin with his back to Vladilina, who I think also has her back to him. But there's the blue and the red. Vladilina in the blue, Shin in the red. Both are two contrasting colours. Both are opposites. I'm so sad because if it is the case and they do suddenly do the flip and it was Vladilina who died, I would be so sad because it's done a whole 180 and it's really pulled it out from us because it's mirroring the first season where we all thought Shin was dead. Now I feel like Vladilina has died. San Magnolia laying in ruins. The last scene we get to see before the 2-week break. Vladilina's room in ruins. Where is Teppy? Is Teppy okay? Is Vladilina dead? What happened? Where are they? Is everybody in San Magnolia dead? Has the Legion won? I wanted to know more. I wanted to focus more on that, and we don't actually get much focus. We still have, even though we saw very brief moments of seeing Vladilina, we're still barely got any Vladilina. I'm sad. I'm so sad right now, guys. I don't even know if I'm going to make the 2 weeks. I'm so sad. We have ended on such a painful note, guys. There's going to be no video for 2 weeks. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Why did you do this, 86? I'm already traumatized as it is. This is painful. This is going to be a very painful 2 weeks, guys. We'll see you guys hopefully in 2 weeks' time, or hopefully at the weekend for my video, if you tune in for my midway review. I will hopefully see you guys again soon to find out WTF 86. It's been an amazing episode, an amazingly painful episode. I will see you guys again in another video. Have a good day, guys. Make sure you're treating yourself with care. Bye-bye.